be here this morning. I'm very grateful to have been given an opportunity to actually share with the young people of the Horizons Academy, and also, some of the persons that assist, faculty, the owners. And so it's a great pleasure to be here. Some of us are missing, correct? Yeah. 2 persons are missing. Now, hopefully they can get information to impart what it is that they missed. However, for them not being here, they're not going to get the full essence of what is being presented. I need your cooperation, I need your participation, I need your interaction. Okay, let's start.
Then we'll feature up.
Dear Heavenly Father, thank you for allowing us to see another day. Thank you for bringing each and every one of us here safe. I ask that this be a very productive and interesting day. I please allow us to take in the information that Mr. Bain is about to tell us, and in Jesus' name I pray.
Amen.
Amen.
What I want to do from this information that you're building now, Lindsay, I want to be able to create this here for you. I want to create a document that deals with your legacy and your leadership. So what I'm trying to get you to do now is to use those words, those phrases that describe the kind of legacy you want to leave in those categories. And I want you to get to the point where you can actually say, in my family, I'm viewed and will be remembered as a child who is industrious, honest, and strong. And then in my school, I will be viewed and remembered as a student that always gave his or her best, that was focused, and that did my work on time. In my church, I will be viewed and remembered as a member who always worked hard at making the church successful. So that's what I want you to write down there at the bottom. Okay? So I want you to look at all those categories and actually write in those categories the kind of person you want to be remembered as. So this item here is going to be created for all of you. And ultimately what I'd like to do, or what I'd like to have you do, is to actually use these items as daily reminders of where it is that you're going and how it is that you wish to be remembered. Even though you may not have all of these areas filled in, actually you do. So just go ahead and tie it all together, make a paragraph, and in a short while I'm going to ask you to just read out your paragraph for me, so that I can get an idea of what kind of legacy it is that you wish to leave, or that you even wish to actually have existing with you still being here. Now these legacy exercises I will need to get from you, because what I'm going to do is actually use the information from the legacy exercise to fill in this legacy and leadership profile for you. And remember now, we're not talking about working on a legacy for tomorrow. No, we're talking about dealing with legacy now. We're not talking about a vision that's for tomorrow or 2 weeks. No, we're talking about something that we're actually focusing in on now. You know what your vision is for later on, yes. But that vision later on actually exists in the here and now too. So what are you doing now to actually achieve that vision 2 weeks, 3 months, 3 years from now? You want to do things now, today, to be able to be on track to get to that vision. Okay, so Mr. Dawkins asked the question. Mr. Dawkins asked the question, he says, what if you have a vision and it doesn't go as you, according to plan, it doesn't go as you intended it to go? There's a book that I've been reading It's called Launching a Leadership Revolution. The book Launching a Leadership Revolution on page 82 and 83 actually takes into account exactly your question. Your vision is to be able to get, say, down there. And you know that you need to get down there, and the best path to get down there, Mr. Dawkins, is how? You need to get to that little gazebo hut right there. Yeah, walk, but what is the best path to get there? Do I go in this direction? You go directly to that. Yeah. So your vision is to get there. Your action or your action step is to actually make progress in that direction and taking the path of least resistance. You want to go straight. However, there are times when you're going to be knocked off track. So what Launching a Leadership Revolution talks about, and let me show you the, ladies, let me show you this here. Can you see that? Okay, what this actually says is that you have a goal in mind, and the path to get to that goal is straight ahead. That's the best path. But you will find in life, and Mr. Tooth, maybe if I can get your interaction here in a little bit. In life you will find that you make plans to get to somewhere or to do a certain thing, and 2 weeks into the plan you get knocked off track. 3 months into the plan you get knocked off track, and you're doing this and you're doing that. If you allow yourself to stay off track, you will never get to the goal, and this is the example here. So this person intended to get to the goal. The best path was to move straight ahead, but rather than moving straight ahead, they got knocked off track. And rather than getting back on track, he stayed in that same direction, and he actually missed the goal. So you understand that, Mr. Dawkins? Now, what should that person have done? Not only kept on going, but what does it say there in that second example, Mr. Dawkins? Yes, sir. Course correction. If you're going from here to that gazebo, and for whatever reason you're walking in this direction, you know if you're walking in this direction, you're going in the wrong way. So what do? You correct your course. You go back to where you're actually on that best path to get there, and you keep going. But you've got knocked off track again. Your vision is there, but you're moving in this direction. What do? You correct your course again to go back to where it is that you want to go. In life, you will find that things will happen, and you will have to adjust. You will have to correct yourself. Okay, every day you go to school, right? You go to school and you get instruction, and after a while, the instruction that you receive, what happens? You go to school, you're being taught, but after you're being taught for a certain amount of time, what actually happens at the end? You get an exam comes. An exam comes. My point is this. In life, you will have playful times with your brothers, your sisters, your cousins. So that's life. That's like being instructed on how to be a good cousin, a good brother, a good sibling. But after a while, you'll find that a test will come. Maybe your brother takes your ball. That was your favorite ball, and he caused you to be angry. And you now have a beef with your brother. And you're fighting or you're arguing. What that is actually a test. And that's a test to find out if in the times when you didn't have the argument, if whether or not you actually learned the lesson of being a good brother, a good sibling, a good sister. So in life, as we live life, as we engage with other people, as we go through life, whenever difficult times come and knock us off track, we have to learn that that's only a test. And we have to move ourselves from being in that area of being misdirected or off track to where we correct ourselves again. And that answers your question, doesn't it? Okay, very good. Good question. Yes, sir. So Mr. Toot, would you mind just giving some idea or some example as to that whole point of staying on track, even when you're kicked off and you're misdirected, about having that ability to really be able to focus and stay on course?
Okay. My point of view is there's a goal that you have set for yourself. See the goal. Walk towards the goal so that you maintain. Speed up. Always keep track. Always. Even though you sidetrack yourself or been sidetracked because of other circumstances situation, always keep track of the goal. You want to be a boat captain, but it may be time that you have to be a carpenter or a mason or a plumber, but your eyes are still on that boat captain. Okay? So eventually you come to that mention something. You don't care how far you go. It may take 2 or 3 years to go off on what you want to do, but eventually you can get back to that because of your determination for it. Okay?
Excellent. So several years ago I came across a resource that I feel was a very, very good one for young people. It's called Success for Teens. And it has to do with enabling young people to be able to focus, to recognize that the little things in life are those things that count. And that's the one that we're going to focus on in a short while. But before we get to that Success for Teens, thank you, sir. I want to be able to get some feedback from you concerning your legacy. So we're going to tie that up. After we've done that, then we'll listen to the Success for Teens audio. So the graduation theme is keeping the vision alive for a better generation. Before we even start, what does that mean? Help me, because I've read the words, but I don't know the essence of meaning behind the words. Any one of you? What does it mean to actually keep the vision alive for a better generation? Mr. Dawkins, you're the one who actually brought this theme up. So what does it mean to have this give up for a better generation? Keeping the vision alive for a better generation. How does vision and the next generation or better generation coincide? I truly feel that there is great potential, there's great power, there's great creativity in you. And oftentimes, other people see it before you see it. Oftentimes, you shield yourself from really showing off who you are, the strength, the beauty, the power, the creativity of what you possess. And there's a statement here that is a powerful statement that I want you to read. I want you to start right here, loud and strong. I want you to read it.
Our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure.
Stop. You start.
It is our light, not our darkness, that most frightens us. Your playing small does not serve the world.
Dawkins?
There is nothing Elijah was drinking so that other people won't feel insecure around you. We are all meant to shine as children do.
Lindsay?
It's not just in some of us, it is in everyone.
Yes.
And as we let our own light shine, we unconsciously give other people permission to do the same.
Petra?
As we are liberated from our own fear, our presence automatically liberates others.
Okay. Initially when I asked you to tell me what keeping the vision alive for a better generation was, you know what you did? You shrink yourself. You actually cause yourself to be smaller because you felt that it'll help you to fit in with all the other students around you. But I know that there's a voice within you that if it speaks, it'll cause them to come up higher. So what this saying is, it says this: our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. I see that in you. And you try to show yourself smaller to make yourself fit in. Don't. It is our light, not our darkness, that frightens us. Petra, there's great potential, there's great light in you. You have to embrace that. You have to move towards what it is that is your passion. And we'll talk about passion in a short while. Your playing small does not serve the world. There is nothing enlightened about shrinking so that other people won't feel insecure around you. Don't do it. If you have a brilliant idea, bring it out. If you have a brilliant thought, say it. We are all meant to shine as children do. It is not just in some of us, it is in everyone. We have that ability to shine, to be brilliant, to be spectacular. And as we let our light shine, we unconsciously give other people permission to do the same. As we are liberated from our own fear, our presence automatically liberates others. Now, I wanted to do that because I oftentimes get the same result from young people. I ask them, well, tell me about this, or tell me about that, or give me the definition here, or say something about who you are. And they always shrink themselves, for the most part. Some of them actually come out very confidently and say, well, I'm this or whatever. However, what I'm saying to you, and the lesson from this first portion of what I'm talking about, has to do with you not shrinking yourself. Please, believe in who you are, believe in the abilities and the talents that you have within yourself, and move forward with it. So the first question that I've been asked to define for you is how to determine and write your personal vision and life plan. So can anyone tell me now what is vision? I need your interaction, I need your help. Vision, yes. What is vision? When you hear the word vision, what do you mean? What does it mean to you? A vision is something you see before it actually happens. Okay. Now how many of you agree with that? A vision is something you see before it actually happens. Okay. Who disagrees with that? I disagree with that. A vision is not necessarily always in the future. A vision is here and now. Because what is your future but now? You have no tomorrow if you don't exist now. So what I'm saying to you is that when you think about your vision, about actually talking about and building who it is you are, what it is you want to do, your vision, where you want to go, think about now. Because vision and legacy are going to tie into each other, and they actually happen right now. Now, your personal vision, to actually engage with that, to get to that personal vision, you have to follow your passion. What is it that drives you? What is it that makes you feel excited, makes you feel happy, makes you get up in the morning? For example, there's a young lady who loves to go camping. And her father says to her, we're going to go camping in the mountains, well, not the mountains, but we're going to go camping down Sandy Point. Tomorrow morning we have to get up at 4:30 in the morning to go camping. So this young lady stays up all night. 3 o'clock she's still up, but they have to wake up at 4:30. 3 o'clock she's still up. By the time the alarm rings for 4:30, she's already up, she's already packed, she's already dressed. She's waiting for her bags to be put into the car so the door can open, they can go. Contrasting, there's a young lady who does not like camping, and her father says to her, we're going to go camping tomorrow, we've got to wake up at 4:30, get all this stuff together and be ready. If you don't wake yourself up, you're going to miss the opportunity. So 4:30 comes, 5:30 comes, 10:30 comes. 10:30 comes, she's just waking up out of the bed. She realizes that the father and the other children are gone. She missed the opportunity. But she's not engaged by that. She's not turned on by that. So her passion is not fulfilled. So who is the most passionate person when it comes to camping? The first young lady or the last young lady? The first young lady. Why? Because she actually has a vested interest in that activity. She's pursuing her passion. Lindsay, what is your passion? What is it that you really want to do? What is it that actually gets you excited about life, about home, about family, all of that? What makes you happy and gets you excited? I'm going to come to all of you just to get an idea. You just have to say one word. It doesn't have to be a long sentence. Petra, what is your passion? What is it? Basketball. Mr. Dawkins, what is your passion? Boating, boat captain. So you like the water, you like the sea, you like the open air. What is this young lady's name? Destiny. What is your passion? What is it that you really want to do? What excites you? I'll come back to you. Lindsay, you have some time to think. Tell me. One word. Dancing. Okay, do you dance now? Okay. Very good. Now, your passion, in order to follow your passion, you have to be actively involved in doing those things which are connected to your passion. So we talk with vision, right? Vision isn't the first thing that you need to focus on though. You focus on the desire first. Okay, today is not the kind of day I wanted to have for this example, but picture it in your mind. It's a hot day. I mean, there's no breeze, and it's like 95 degrees. Under this tent is like you're in a pot. You're baking. And in your mind, what is it that you want? What is your desire in these conditions? You want to be cool. So there's an ice cream container over there with ice cream in it. I'm just picturing. And in the conditions, in the heat, you want to be able to be cool. So you have a desire, right? Your desire wants to be fulfilled. What is it that you look for? Or what is it that you do? You actually look for something to fulfill that desire. That's where vision comes in. So desire comes first. And the desire needs to be fulfilled. So that's when your vision kicks in and it starts to look for something to fulfill that desire. And what it does, when it finds that thing, it engages with that thing. So under this tent, it's 95 degrees, we're sweating, it's hot, we see the ice cream over there. What do? We get up and walk towards the ice cream. We get the ice cream. So we engage with what it is that we see. And as we engage with what we see, what actually happens after that? We're satisfied, there's satisfaction. None of you were around when Martin Luther King died or when he was in his heyday and he did what he did. But Martin Luther King had a dream, correct? A dream/vision. But he also had something else. He had desire. And the desire he had to see people become better people, to see families become stronger, to see people freed from the bondages of the day in that time when people, or blacks and whites, couldn't really mingle and interact together. He wanted to see them not be in that situation. So he had a desire for people to be stronger. And this dream came about, and as his desire started to form, he actually became a pastor. He became a minister. And in becoming a minister, he got to the point where he started to help people in the church and in the ministries around it. And then he saw something in his environment. Remember I